Hey guys, Chapter 3 of Turtle in Paradise. Lucky as an orphan. Folks like to feel sorry for orphans, but I think they've got it pretty good. Little orphan Annie gets adopted by Daddy Warbucks, who's a millionaire, and all that just ain't about as lucky as it gets in my book. I bet she doesn't have to worry about being sent to some old house that's tiny and dark and smells like sour milk. Daddy Warbucks probably has a nice big plump sofa for her to sit on, and a Persian rug for her to sink her toes into. Not some wicker couch that's got a broken leg propped up with a bunch of rags and a worn braided wool rug that looks like something bad got spilled on it. Aunt Minnie's standing in the kitchen scrubbing a pair of soiled pants. There's a big basket in the corner overflowing with laundry. Where should I put my suitcase, I ask. She glances at me, a harried look on her face. The boys will have to share, I suppose. You can stay in Bean's room upstairs and to the left. I climb the set of wooden stairs to what looks to be more of an attic than a proper second floor. There are 2 rooms at the top of the landing. The door to the right is shut. I open the one on the left and I peer inside. It's a tiny room with an odd-looking shuttered window, like a hatch, set deep in the sloping roof. There's an iron bed and a small chest of drawers. One of the walls is covered with funny pages from newspapers. There's Crazy Cats, Terry and the Pirates, Flash Gordon, and even some of my favorite, Little Orphan Annie. Smokey leaps out of my arms and starts sniffing at the floor. When we worked for the Talbots, our room was right next to the pantry. Mama and I would lie in bed in the dark and listen to the rats running around searching for food. One night I woke up and there was one rat perched on my pillow, nibbling on my hair. I screamed so loud Mama thought I was being murdered. After that, Mama got Smokey, and then she slept with me ever since. "Is that your cat?" a voice asks, and Smokey hisses. Sss. A little boy with a tuft of bright blonde hair is standing there wearing a short-sleeved shirt and no underpants. "That's Smokey," I say. "What happened to him?" "Some boys lit her tail on fire," I say. "You're not from here, around here, are you?" "How'd you guess?" "You talk funny," he says, and he looks down at my feet. "And you're wearing shoes." A boy with a pair of crooked glasses walks into the room saying, "Hey Beans, did you take my shooter? If you fed another marble of mine to the seagulls, I'm gonna tell Ma." He stops his tirade when he sees me. "Who are you?" he asks. Seems like he might be 9 or 10, but he's on the thin side and so he looks a little younger. "My name's Turtle." "Are you relation to us or are you a thief?" he asks. What's there to steal?" I say. "I'm Buddy," the little boy interjects. "You want to play marbles with me?" Before I can even answer, Aunt Minnie appears. She catches sight of the boy with the glasses and frowns. "Kermit, you get back in bed right now. You hear me?" Aunt Minnie says. "But Ma," Kermit whines, "Doc Parrish said you were supposed to be taking a nap every single day." "But Ma." "Do you want your heart to give out? Do you want to die? Is that what you want?" "But I'm not tired," he says. "I don't care if you're tired or not. Now get in that room and go to sleep, or I'll kill you myself," she shouts. Kermit marches out saying, "I'll take a nap, but I'm not tired." "I don't have to take a nap anymore," Buddy declares. "I'm 4 years old." "For Pete's sake, Buddy, go put some pants on," Aunt Minnie says with an exasperated voice. "What is the matter with you, child?" The little boy runs out and Bean storms in, his dog right on his heels. Termite sees Smokey and starts barking. I grab my cat and I hold her up out of the way. "What's the big idea?" he says. "Why doesn't she stay with the little pests?" "Bean, get Termite out of here," Aunt Minnie says. Kermit pokes his head back in. "Beans ain't sleeping with us, Ma. No way, no how." "Get in bed, Kermit," Aunt Minnie says. Buddy comes flying back in. He's got pants on now, but it looks like they're on backwards. "Why should Termite go?" Bean argues. "He was here first. Make her ugly cat take a hike." "Smokey could sleep with me," Buddy says, and snatches her out of my arms. Smokey hisses in fear and swipes at Buddy's nose. "Ow!" the little boy cries and drops Smokey. Next thing I know, Termite's chasing Smokey around the tiny room, barking his head off, and Buddy's wailing around about his nose, and Beans is hollering at Termite to get Smokey, and Kermit's saying there's no way he's sharing a room with Beans again, considering what happened the last time, and then the whole while Aunt Minnie is just standing there with her mouth growing tighter and tighter like a rubber band until she finally snaps and hollers, "That's it! You kids get out of this house and take those animals with you before I smack every last one of you!" And that's how I find myself sitting on the front porch with Beans, Kermit, Buddy, Smokey, and Termite. "Now don't you come back inside until I tell you so," Aunt Minnie shouts. She slams the door after her, muttering, "Honestly." Smokey darts to safety under the house, and Termite waddles over to the lane looking forlorn. Kermit is positively beaming at his good fortune. "Well, I guess that's one way to get out of a nap." "Aren't you a little old for naps?" I ask. "I had rheumatic fever and now I got a weak heart," Kermit says. "Kermit almost died," Buddy exclaims. "Really?" I ask. "And guess what? He said if he died, I could have all his marbles when he's dead, Buddy says, but then then his face falls. But then he went and lived. Sorry about that, Buddy, Kermit says. That's okay, said Buddy. I'll get your marbles the next time you die. Won't be too soon for me, Beans says. A boy with black hair and bare feet comes whizzing down the lane on a battered bike. I haven't seen a pair of shoes on a single kid yet. Hey, Porkchop, Beans says. Who's she? Boy asks, pointing, looking at me. Just some freeloading cousin from New Jersey, Beans says. Porkchop, I say. Kermit shrugs. Porkchop and Beans, they just go together. Across the street, a wiry-looking older man with slicked-back gray hair walks out the front door of the house, not much bigger than this one. Well, if it ain't the diaper gang, the man drawls. Hi, Jelly, Buddy says. You want to play marbles with me? Sorry, Buddy, Jelly says, reaches into his back pocket to pull out a beat-up-looking letter. He holds it out to Beans. I recognize the flowery handwriting at once. It's a letter from my mom. Mr. Gardner delivered it to me by mistakes. Been delivering mail for 20 years now. He still can't keep the courage straight, he said. He looks at me. Got yourself a new member, I see. Beans thumbs at me. You mean her? She's not in the gang. No girls allowed. You've got a club called the Diaper Gang, I say. What do? Change diapers? All the boys look at me as if I'm dumb as a post. Yeah, of course we change diapers, Beans says. That's why we're called the Diaper Gang. I shake my head in total disbelief. Kermit explains, we watch babies, the bad ones. Bad babies? The crying kind, Porkchop says. You get paid to watch babies, I ask. And candy, Beans says. And we got rules, Porkchop says with authority. Ooh, I know the rules. He squishes up his face, thinking hard. Let me see. Number one is, Bean cuts him off. First rule of Diaper Gang is you gotta know the rules, Buddy. But I'm only 4, cries Buddy in frustration. My head can't hold that many things. Well, what are the rules, I ask. Kermit ticks him off. No girls allowed. Keep your rag clean, always duck, and never tell anyone the secret formula. You got a secret formula, I ask? Kermit says, yeah, for diaper rash. Cures it like that, Porkchop says, snapping his fingers. You know how many mothers on this island want our secret formula, Beans asks? All 3 boys answer in unison. Every last one. Jelly scratches his chin. There's a raw patch of skin. You think your formula will work on this? I nicked myself shaving. It works on everything, Jelly, Beans says, but it'll cost you. I'm good for it, Beans. Cash only. But I'm your cousin, Jelly says. Who ain't on this island, Beans says, setting his cap low over his eyes. Sorry, Jelly, business is business, man. You're pretty tough for an 11-year-old, Beans, Jelly says, shaking his head. Gotta be hard to handle bad babies, Beans says. You ever take care of any good babies, I ask? Ain't no such thing, he declares. Kermit grins, and that's why we're always in business.